So a quick follow on Luke chapter 2 and the dedication, the offering up of Jesus at the temple. I'm going to look at Luke chapter 2 here and just from verse 25. Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Christ. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts. When the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him what the custom of the law required, Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, "Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all people, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and for glory to your people Israel." And then it says the child's father and mother marveled at what was said about him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, "This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul too." So Simeon's words, as an older man, speak into the life of Jesus and into the lives of his parents. And then just following on, a lady called Anna comes, prophetess, who also speaks into their life. You know, the elderly often have something wise to say, and these were people who were quite tuned into God after many years, waiting expectantly for God to work in what seemed like an unlikely situation of God working, oppression of the Romans, all the difficulties around them. But they recognized the Messiah. They recognized Jesus is one who has been promised. They recognize that this isn't just a baby. No, he's like any other baby who might be dedicated that day, but something very special about him. They're aware of that. They sense that. They're spiritually tuned in, and they're expectant all their life for a long, long time, and finally they feel that they can be released to let go of that burden, that longing, and they feel that they've done their job. You know, it's a great thing to be at a point in life where you feel you've done what God's called you to do. Don't stop beforehand. Don't give up. Don't stop early. Allow God to complete that work. And this is Simeon's story very much. Now you can dismiss me. Now I've finished the task which you sent me to hang in there, wait until you show me, Lord, that you had a Messiah, you had somebody that you're bringing. And this was my moment of waiting being fulfilled. And so I pray that whatever the waiting is, whatever the waiting for God to work, whatever the waiting in your life, may God get you ready for that moment. May you not give up too early, like these elderly people who were hanging in there until that moment where they realized that God had fulfilled his promise. May you wait and wait long enough to allow God to fulfill his promises. May we all be tuned into that, not giving up, but hanging in there until the time that we see the fulfillment of all the promises that God has made and the things that he's planned to do coming into being.